How everybody do? I've been trying to make this video for 3 months now, I think it was, and nothing's really felt right. I think it must have been some way in how I was editing it, or the normal Dan the Fan style that just wasn't clicking, but it's been a year since I started this project, and it means a lot to me. So I feel like I have to make this video as special as it can be. For some reason right now, I'm not feeling quick, witty humor or crazy edits, but just kind of a chill time. Time to relax. It's fall, my favorite season, the season we're all busy, and whenever I step outside, I get allergies like crazy. So how about instead, worrying about all that, we just sit down, take a good break. Like I said earlier, this was built last November, so it was right after I finished my Halloween build, and I was looking for something that would have that fall feel. You've probably seen this in a couple of my videos already because, it's been sitting around for a long time. The build was sparked up by this really cool concept art that I found online, and I wanted to challenge myself because I hadn't really experienced building off of a concept art before. Originally, this video is going to be basically talking about the build process and how to start from like nothing to get to something like this. But the video is kind of boring, so I scrapped it, and I'm thinking instead I should just tell you about my favorite things. It's like, what does Dan do best? Gush about colors, techniques, and just pushing the boundaries. Let's go. This last summer I had the great chance to display this build at a convention, and one of the first things that people thought of when they saw it was just this roof. We got these nice flowing angles, and then heck, it's even bright green. So like, what's up with that? As a kid, I called this the Hulk color because that was really the only part that I had with this color. But really recently, LEGO's been putting out some more system parts in bright green, so I was able to run to bricks and pieces and order like 350 of these. That might sound like a lot, but it was nowhere close to finishing the whole thing, so yeah, it wouldn't be a Dan the Fan build if it was covered in the back, I achieved the really cool angles using one of my favorite techniques for roofs actually. It's honestly really easy as well. Basically, you just get a lot of clips and some plates, and you make a little link, you bend it up, and you put the tiles on. 1x2 tiles are sick because you can offset them in any way you want, so experiment with it, get a really clean roof with this. I guess to continue on with the roof, moving on to this cone, it uses a lot of the same techniques that I used in my last video. Man, that was a long time ago. Yeah, just like a lot of wagon wheels and then some slopes sloping up to the very top cone. This might look strange to you guys. It's actually a Duplo piece. Duplo is LEGO for those that don't know that already. It's in the color medium green, which is a very rare color that was only out for a little bit of time. I love medium green. I just thought that this piece was a good way of like ending off the build, and I couldn't think of any better way to make a nice tight cone. From there, it's basically like, every cone needs a tower. Or is it the other way around? Well, basically, I just built this tower using a lot of really weird round techniques, some mixel joints, some flex tube, know your basics. Oh, you can't forget the hot dogs. There were a lot of really satisfying connections here, and I was pretty happy how it turned out. Okay, but moving on from the tower, I've talked well longer than I should have about techniques. What I think really pulls this build to the top are all the fun details. Did you guys notice this really cute well? I loved the techniques that came together to make this. Using this vintage tire and these vintage gears, you can really get this nice round shape. On the other side of the build, I placed these 3 pumpkins and surrounded them in LEGO green rubber bands. These things are really expensive, but they make sick looking vines. To achieve these angled timbers, I had to do something kind of sketchy. If any of you have touched reddish brown bricks, you probably know that they're very fragile and they like to snap into pieces. After breaking this 1x1 into 2, I realized it would almost represent a 1x1 sandwich tile. And so, with some work, I just fitted up there and was able to angle my timber really well in this small space. Sure, it's broken, but I didn't do it on purpose, and it's still a LEGO piece, so I had to use it. For other details, I got this assortment of pots in the corner, and I really love how this chef guide turned out. You can't forget chimneys. You know, this one got a really cool design using the 2 different tones of color and clips and stuff. But then a really big draw is probably this food cart. Uses some silly techniques to get some shapes. Books create really great parts usage, so I love using those whenever I can. And then it uses this fabric piece that came from an older creator set. For some final little looks before this thing is gone forever, I'd like to show these really cool wall techniques. I had a lot of fun like maxing out the detail in every part of this build, and I hope it shows. I'm not sure if I'll ever make another medieval wall tutorial video, but hopefully you can pick up some cool details from watching videos like this. I'm starting to get pretty sleepy, so even though there's probably hundreds more details that I could show you guys, I think I'm going to tune out for tonight. I don't know when my next video is coming out, but I'm really glad I have you guys along for the ride. I hope you like this quick overview of my medieval bakery, and hopefully I'll be able to come up with some new stuff pretty soon. Take care.